I know a person, slightly, whose number one priority is never to upset other people. That's the way everything he says goes through this filter. Will this upset this other person? Sometimes it's really crazy. Yeah. Like, even if he has to say something pretty serious, like, you just hit a person with your car, his number one, reaction is always like, how will this person hear it? That is not the way St. James operates. St. James is more concerned about the truth of what he's going to tell you than how you take it or whether it hurts your feelings. So St. James is just going to tell you the way it is. And it's kind of a breath of fresh air. Okay, let's see what we can learn about this reading, and then we're going to take a look at it. So this is week 1 in a 5-week series from the letter of St. James. For the past 7 weeks, we were listening to the letter to the Ephesians. This is an example of this type of lectionary selection, where we take a running mini course in one letter. So it's from James. James says that all good things come from God in heaven, and that God never changes. What else? He's going to say that God has given us a new birth by the word of truth, which is the knowledge that we have of His Son, Jesus Christ. James is going to go on. He says famously, believers are called to be doers of the word, not hearers only. They're supposed to do the word. And then he ends by saying true religion is very practical. True and genuine religion means caring for widows, caring for orphans, and caring for all needy people. So let's take a look at our reading from James. Dearest brothers and sisters, all good giving and every perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of lights, with whom there is no alteration or shadow caused by change. He willed to give us birth by the word of truth, that we may be a kind of first fruits of His creation. Now, this reading is heavily edited. You're going to see a gap, and now we're going to read a verse from somewhere else in the letter. Humbly welcome the word that has been planted in you and is able to save your soul. Heavily edited, another gap, single line. Be doers of the word and not hearers only, deluding yourselves. I guess there were some people who were just hearing the word, not doing anything with it. James says you're deluding yourselves. Okay, finally, another thought. Religion that is pure and undefiled before God, the Father, is this: to care for orphans and widows in their affliction, and to keep oneself unstained by the world. So, St. James is kind of an interesting letter. I often think of St. James as a great doctor, but he just doesn't have really, really good bedside manners. He just comes into the room, finds out what's wrong with the patient, tells the patient what he or she needs to do, and if the patient does it, the patient's going to get better. But he's kind of a little gruff. So, okay, take that reading, pray with it today, and apply it to your lives. Thanks. God bless.